In its existence, the Bowl Championship Series has never failed to deliver an undisputed national champion. But no season has been quite like this one, with USC already staking its claim to a share.
I think we just won a national championship.
And now, every team except two have been measured this bowl season. Oklahoma and LSU move center stage, determined to state their case for a championship. And throughout the season, the Oklahoma Sooners pillaged all comers. They scored more than 50 points in 7 games, and they were favorably compared with the greatest of all time. But then came the Big 12 championship game. Kansas State exploded the myth. And for an entire month, Heisman-winning quarterback Jason White has lived with this bitter taste.
That feeling is horrible. We don't want it to happen again. It's do or die for us.
The LSU Tigers storm into New Orleans, riding a 7-game winning streak. The Tigers dominated Georgia in the SEC championship game with big plays and a smash-mouth defense. Coach Nick Saban built this powerhouse around speed and a relentless bump-and-run blitzkrieg.
We don't play DB like this. We don't play bump and run like this. You got to have balance and body control.
Every game played, every inch of turf battled for has led to this showdown between Oklahoma and LSU for the BCS National Championship. Bob Stoops, the 5th season in Norman, Oklahoma. 55-10. 1 national title and 2 Big 12 titles already. He's been to 5 bowls, and he is 3-1. Matching wits with one of the best, Nick Saban, in his 4th year at LSU. He's out of Fairmont, West Virginia, and he's one of the hottest names you hear with regard to perhaps moving on to the NFL. We'll develop that story as the evening proceeds. Now, Oklahoma won the coin toss, as you saw, and that means LSU will go on the attack first. Ray DiCarlo with the ball on this new artificial surface. Skylar Green with all that speed and more speed. Devery Henderson into the end zone. Thought about it, takes a knee, and it'll come out on the 20-yard line. Does he come back and play next year for Nick Saban? Does he take a shot at the NFL, or does he just move on to dental school? We'll develop that story. First down play, Vincent, the freshman, breaks free in the secondary. Foot race, he can go the distance. Straight trips him up. At the 19-yard line, Derek Strait trips up freshman sensation Justin Vincent. Mock back in the shotgun. Low snap, picks it up, fires, complete. Clayton's got it inside the 5 and battles his way inside the 3. That is a 1st and goal, but hold on. There is a penalty flag thrown back the 21-yard line.
I really think Oklahoma's corners lost their focus when they saw the ball drop on the ground.
Justin Vincent in behind 2 lead blockers. Mock goes down again. Bobbled the snap from Wilkerson.
I don't know if he got this one.
And it's turned over inside the 5-yard line. Oklahoma has the football. Derek Strait recovered it. Our first look at Jason White since he picked up the Heisman Trophy in New York. The toss play to Jones, who tries to get the corner against this fast defense, and Jack Hunt, the senior, comes up on him. Jones was a situation starter simply because they were backed up, and they wanted to see if he could get the corner like he did against Kansas State. He did not. Second down from the end zone. White moving the pocket. Now comes far to double coverage. Thrown, juggled, intercepted by Webster. Webster at the 40-yard line. Corey Webster still going down to the 31-yard line. One of the best defensive backs in college football. Picks it off, and now it is a turnover apiece. It is a tall corner. Both of Nick Saban's corners are tall, and Bob Stoops and his staff have had to adjust. And breaking offside is Oklahoma, I believe, on this play.
Fumble the ball.
There's a fumble, however, and it goes to Oklahoma. If they weren't offside, the linesman threw the flag. He, too, will have a choice to make as to whether or not he decides to leave Baton Rouge early and go to the NFL or stick around for another season. Green in motion, got great speed, looking for the corner, got the first down, got it turned. Here he comes, the track man zips to the end zone for the game's first touchdown. 24 yards. for Skylar Green. LaRon Landry, the leading tackler with this team. You've already met Mr. Corey Webster, who has an interception here tonight. Second down and 10 for Jason White, who seems to be flinging the ball in the air. He puts this one into Jones's hand. Jones battles his way to the 25-yard line. Saban's two corners are right up there in their familiar coverage, just 3 yards off. Lavallee was battling his way in, and there's interference on this play. What a great victory in overtime for the Packers on an interception. Second down, Randall Gay checks in as the nickel back. Jones comes through the motion for the Sooners. White back in that shotgun. The offensive line gives him time. He completes it in underneath. And the ball is to the 41-yard line. But third down and 3, back in a passing formation with 4 wide for the Sooners. Spread the field, deflected, incomplete. It is fourth down. The Sooners are forced to punt. Now Malcolm Webster. Webster the center. You can see him identifying the defense.
3-man line for Oklahoma.
And they come on the blitz. Mount stands tall, fires right side, incomplete. So the blitz helps force an incompletion. First down, and they move White back center, indicating that maybe they're going to try to run the ball. They do. They bring Clayton around in, jumps over one would-be defender, and he's close to the 50-yard line, and he has moved the chains, and there is their run coordinator, Kevin Wilson. And again, they are back in that power I, and again they run Jones, twisting, turning, got another first down on it. Now where will the pressure come from? You know it's coming from LSU. They're not going to rush 4. There'll be 5 and maybe 6. Here they come. White tries to find an open man. Incomplete, and the pressure was closing in from behind. Third down and 6 for the Tigers, and Mount straight back. Intercepted by Everidge. There is a penalty flag. Everidge at the 20-yard line, but the penalty flag was thrown behind the defensive backfield that time, and Clayton's picking himself up. He got off the ground right now.
I thought Clayton got held on the play. Yes.
So now Everidge slipping up close to the line. Ali Broussard, another of the talented freshmen, checks in on the draw to the middle. And another freshman running back, number 22, bolts up the middle. 5 seconds left. 25-second clock. Mock gets the snap in the gun. Drops it off to Green on a flanker screen, and it was read beautifully by Allen. So it's third and long. He's back in. He's the bodyguard to the left. He's looking for pressure. He's got one. Gave White time. Fired. First down at midfield. So J.D. Runnels, doing some of the little things, allows White to have enough time to hit Mark Clayton. So here's your first and 15 after the 5-yard penalty. Runnels stays in a fullback position. They try to run behind him with Jones, and it was eaten alive that time by Travis Daniels. Third down. Blake Ferguson, standing back at the 35-yard line. Booms it toward Green. Green will let it bounce over his head. Bradley's right there. This will be downed inside the 5-yard line. Back in the shotgun in that noisy end zone, directly in front of a whole lot of fans. And nothing doing for Adai as Brandon Shelby leads the red shirts in on top of the LSU running back, and Perkins is standing at midfield. Jones near the end line. Booms it. But this should be great field position. Perkins down at the 35-yard line. So the best opportunity of the game coming up now for Oklahoma. They're down a touchdown. Ronaldo works in as the running back. Remember now, White is under center. That has been a tip run so far here tonight. Play fake this time. White's in trouble, and he is sacked at the 44-yard line. Now back in the shotgun, goes wide on second down and 19. They throw a screen to Clayton, who has blazing speed, puts it down, goes after it, as Lavallee comes off the defensive front to make the play. 18 yards the Sooners need on this play. White dances to the right, on the move, incomplete, and it's fourth down. But not before the Tigers had some excellent field position, then they fumbled it back inside the 5-yard line, and it wasn't until Corey Webster intercepted a pass that the Tigers on 3rd and 2 were able to score on an end around. Third down. Clayton's off the line. Knott can't get to him, and Nicholson forced him up into the pocket where there was more pressure. Now remember, there's a new long snapper for LSU, Gant Petty. So far, he's been very accurate. They got it. There's the block punt recovered at the 2-yard line. First and goal all week long. Bob Stoops himself worked here in the Superdome with his punting team. He said, we can get one. He continued to preach it. And now they've given themselves an opportunity to tie this football game. They don't like to expose him in this situation, but he is so close right now that with Joseph on the right, Carter in the center, Chashawn in the left, they should be able to power in here. They hand it off. Touchdown. Jones crossed the plane. We are an extra point away from being tied in New Orleans. Defense. Remember, a year ago, Roy Williams and the Horns beat this LSU team in the Cotton Bowl. Play fake Knott now. Rolls to the left. Throws past the tight end because he had a receiver open downfield, and Devery Henderson, who can run a 4.340, had all kinds of daylight down there for a 20-yard gain.
I like the moxie. They needed a big play. Had 114 yards going into that play, Brent. 64 of them on one play. They haven't moved anywhere since.
Now with a first down out at the 40. Play fake Knott to Clayton. Close to the first down at midfield. So it is third down from the 45-yard line, and Mount underneath. First down, and then some as David Jones breaks a tackle and makes it to the 30-yard line. Formation look now, a little motion. Henderson with that speed. They hand to Benson. Benson sprints inside the 25, the freshman to the 16, and he looks like he's going to be something, doesn't he?
He really is good.
He's over 100 yards now for the 4th consecutive game.
Wow,
he has passed Dalton Hilliard's freshman rushing record, so he has put the new standard up for LSU. Here he comes again. Still on his feet. Touchdown, Benson. Amazing performance. First, he breaks open the SEC title game with that 87-yarder, and now he bolts LSU ahead here with a splendid 18-yard touchdown run. Jackson with the ball on the tee, and LSU ahead for the second time here tonight. They have Mark Clayton on the field as a return man. Get the ball in his hands any way they can. And he is down at the 14-yard line. And they have yielded only 54 yards to Oklahoma in this game. The Sooners' lone touchdown set up by a blocked punt. White, good job of the offensive line until then. It broke down. He kept the ball too long. Good coverage, and Marquise Hill came free on him again with the sack. Marquise Hill made all 3 tackles in that series. And now Fergus is backed up in the end zone for Oklahoma, and LSU would like to repay the favor if they can get in on this punt. They'll settle for some field position and a return. Fair catch by Green at midfield.
This looks like a blitz look here for
There are
OU.
4 wide receivers
Here they come.
for LSU. And they leave Undai alone. One of the blitzers changed his mind. Derek Strait going over, but again, we've got a penalty flag on the play.
That was... Yeah, one of those offensive linemen grabbed one of the blitzers on that play, but that was very bad technique for Oklahoma that time. All-out blitz and let the remaining running back just clean go out that time.
There is Jimbo in the LSU coach's box. Someday, he too will become a head coach, but he's very, very comfortable working with Nick Saban, directing the offense. Obviously, Nick Saban is a hands-on defensive coach, and he pretty much leaves Jimbo away after they go over the base game plan. Now Mock is back. Fires downfield. Clayton overthrowing, picked off at the 15-yard line. And Antonio Perkins is out of bounds after the interception.
And he's a fast linebacker. He's making plays all over the field.
How tough is it getting for OU's offense? Chris Chester, coming off many injuries, now checks in, and they're going to run this clock out. They are content to go on into the locker room, trailing by 7 points.
Bob Stoops was livid as he left the field, and he stopped the official wanting to talk to him about the calls on the field. I don't know if that would backfire against him, Brent.
All right, Lynn, we'll wait and see how that storyline unfolds. And another kickoff into the end zone, and so Jason White will bring the offense out. So what a defense here tonight for LSU. Jason White back in the shotgun to open up the second half. Off the fake, he'll keep the ball, and he is down at the 18-yard line. Marcus Spears, the junior from Baton Rouge, making the stop for the Tigers.
All right, come on now, Oklahoma. You can't, offensive line cannot hold up that long.
Second down and 13 for our Heisman Trophy winner. Intercepted. And LSU has scored on the Marcus Spears interception, the second play of the second half, and suddenly the Sooners are down 2 touchdowns. That was reminiscent of what happened back in Kansas City against Kansas State. And LSU now has 7 defensive touchdowns this season.
And he balked at being moved to the defensive side of the ball. He played one whole year here at LSU at tight end, but I think Nick moved him to the right spot.
This one will be returned by Clayton. And a lateral to Bradley, and it is eaten up. Down at the 5-yard line, and Chad White, number 43, was not to be fooled on the trickery by the Sooners.
Hey, and you're seeing a defense, I don't know, this is as good a defense as I've seen all year.
3rd and 9. Complete. Wilson breaks free, but only briefly to the 43-yard line as Jack Hunt, the safety there to help out with Webster. But it is a 33-yard gain. Wilson shaken up on the play. So Saban's defense dominating Clayton on the end around. But look how they hold their position and stretch that play out. But then with Clayton's great speed, he gets the first down and gets the corner turn, coming back on a one-man reverse. Travis Wilson came off the field. He tried it on a play. Now he is back over on the sideline. White hits Donley. Donley is down close to the 30-yard line, but there is a flag.
I think it was delay of game.
Prior to the snap, delay of game, offense, 5-yard penalty, remains 3rd down.
He broke in under Jerry Glanville. That's where he learned how to talk like that with the Houston Oilers. Later under Bill Belichick with the Cleveland Browns. White's in trouble. Had to throw that one away, and here comes the penalty flag. Intentional grounding as he was in the arms of Turner again. If he wins this game, he gets $1 more than the highest salary coach in college football. He has it in his contract. And guess who the highest salary is on the other sideline at $2.5 million? Mr. Bob Stoops. And right now, Nick Saban is headed for a big, big payday. I talked to the powers down at Baton Rouge a couple of nights ago. They think that they have him almost inked to a long-term contract, and they are not going to let the NFL have him without a fight. And Green did not fair catch it, so he's ripped down at the 11-yard line. Oh, Big Bundy.
Yeah, you're right.
On ESPN.
Stereo already.
Oh, yeah, baby. There's a play fake, and Mock in trouble. Harris was closing in, and he's still able to complete the pass as he hit Eric Edwards, his tight end that time, and Derek Strait makes the stop. And they have Joseph Adai, veteran running back, they'll slip him into the formation, just what you suggested, and they pick him up for the first down before Strait can bust him out of bounds at the 35-yard line. So there was no risk on that play.
Right.
They stayed out of the middle, and Mock was efficient for 13 yards. They won so much hardware. They're going to have to build a new wing at the Hall of Fame in Norman for all of the awards that this defense and, of course, the Heisman Trophy that these Sooners have picked up. And right now, they'd like to play a little bit better against LSU. Mock on the roll, takes off again, crosses the 40, short of the first down. He is down at the 43-yard line and 11-yard run. The Sooners cleaning up in the hardware, but not closing out the season on a strong note, at least so far, after being beaten 35-7 by K-State and now trailing LSU by 2 touchdowns. Here comes Skylar Green, first down, and Strait makes still another tackle for the defense. Marsha Jackson checks back in. Second down. Mock zips it complete to Clayton. There's a first down inside the 35. What a job Matt Mock is doing in this game. Here's the third down and 6. Jimbo's call is on the field. Now it's up to Mock to orchestrate it. Clayton goes back over to the short side on the right. Mock straight back. Offensive line gives him plenty of time. Nice grab. Here comes Skylar Green, and he's out of bounds at the 5-yard line. It'll be first and goal. Poole getting him out of bounds, but LSU is in business again, and here come the Tigers. So here's Ryan Godet, who took over, kicking the field goals from Chris Jackson in the SEC championship game in Atlanta, hit 2 field goals against the Bulldogs. And he's got this one. There's a penalty flag. The field goal is signaled good, but there is a penalty. Get around that corner and lay it out.
There are 2 penalties, one during the play, one after the play was over. During the play, holding on the offense. After the play was over, personal foul on the offense. Both penalties will be enforced.
They'll have to punt.
Bring the punter on.
Yep, they're going to have to punt. 52.5 yards.
Lane Besh is the holder. It's a fake. They throw out of it, and wide open is David Jones. Can you believe it? That's why they were taking so much time.
What a play.
And they pull the fake field goal. But remember now, it's a 29-yard gain.
Right.
They were down to the 5-yard line at first and goal. And Nick Saban out of West Virginia. I've got a great story regarding the Stoops family I want to get to here a little bit later. Third down, and from the end zone, White, this one could almost be picked off Jones. I mean, Daniels had him covered like a blanket. Booms it out.
This is returnable.
Catches it back at the 38-yard line. Searches for a crease. Stumbling. And back to the 34-yard line. Oklahoma with only 79 yards of offense.
Amazing.
Back on the field defensively against Matt Mock and the LSU Tigers, who now have a third down. Oklahoma's only touchdown set up by a blocked punt, which was recovered inside the 5-yard line. This is 4 plays to get it in. Now Mock standing tall, fires intercepted. Bad decision on his part. Picked off now by Brodney Poole. And Poole, looking for somebody to lateral to, finally takes it down inside the 30-yard line. That's his 7th interception of the season. He leads the OU defense. And finally, a spark for Oklahoma.
If I was Oklahoma, I would look at this as 4-down territory. They need a touchdown. They don't have to get all of it on 3rd down.
LSU backs the safety out. Now he looks like he's coming, and he is coming. Jason White Going to go for the home run. Middle, knocked away at the last moment by the nickelback Randall Gay, making still another big play. What a defensive backfield Saban has put together.
Play, and Oklahoma will go for it on 4th down.
Now they must get inside the 21-yard line for a first down. LSU. That defense now looks at a 4th and 11, and here they come again on White. He'll fire middle. Clayton reaches out and makes the catch for the first down at the 11-yard line. But he is set up on the fullback on the straight eye with Jones behind him. Sooners looking for a touchdown to get back in this thing. Jones looking for that corner. Breaks free and then muscles down close to the 5-yard line. Now they're looking down at 2nd down and 5. Runnels still in as the fullback in front of Jones. Play fake, throwing, it is complete, and Runnels dives for the flag this time, but he is just short of it. Runnels thought he had it. Runnels thought he got the pylon. This could make a whale of an ending here to the Nokia Sugar Bowl if Oklahoma can battle their way in. Jones burrows his way in. Touchdown, OU. Get excited now, Tommy. It's 2nd down and 10. 21-14 Tigers. Toss Benson. Benson looking for daylight. Is cut off and thrown down at the 16-yard line. And suddenly that defense is coming alive. Allen was there, and Dvorak also helping out. The dime look with 3 down linemen for Oklahoma. Mount stands in trouble. Cody had a hand on him. Came up firing, and he saved a huge loss on that play. Big Dan Cody came right over the top and had a hand on him, and Mount pulled away and threw the incompletion. Clayton on the end around, swings behind Jones. Clayton dashes for daylight and gets close to 10 yards on that play as Jack Hunt makes the stop. An interception led to an Oklahoma touchdown. Donnelly over to the right side of the formation. Runnels still in there as the lead fullback. He's played most of this game. Flag prior to the snap, and so this will come back 5 yards against Oklahoma. 4-man rush with a twist. Deflected, incomplete by Marquise Hill. Hill on the twist, coming free. Knocked it back. Michael Clayton, number 14. One of the big guys who's been rather quiet here so far. Play fake to Benson again, rolling right. Receivers covered. Mock takes it off, and he's down to the 27. 3rd down and 5. 3 wide receivers from out. He'll take off and see if he can run for it. Stumbles and short of that first down, I believe, which would force Saban to punt.
Yeah, that's the field. That's a turf. That's the 2nd time. Turf once for Jason White, now the turf for Matt Mock.
He was drawing a lot of attention that time, and Shashan, number 70, who's had 18 consecutive starts, did a great job of blocking on him. And this time, Jones, first down, Oklahoma.
That was impressive.
133 yards offense for Oklahoma and 318 for LSU. Bradley is in the game as a wideout. He goes out to the right. Clayton in motion, trying to see what he will draw. There's a penalty flag on this play. The throw is in underneath to Runnels. Runnels picks up first down yardage, but there is a penalty. The linesman threw it on the near side, directly in front of the Oklahoma bench. Over. First down and 10. White starts Clayton in motion through the formation. Now Jones dashing for daylight to the 28-yard line, and Kewan Jones becoming the running back before Alexander brings him down a bit. But he said, I would go in, and he had an uncle who coached over, I believe it was a South High, and he said, we played gin rummy down in the boiler room until practice started. He said, I go way back with the Stoops family. Here comes Jones across the 25-yard line, and that's a first down. And Gary, Oklahoma has got it going ever since that interception. Not a good percentage, but the most important third down of the night is this one. They've got it at 5 yards. 3:10 to go. Reynolds goes far out to the left side of the formation. White fires on the slant, incomplete to Clayton, and a penalty flag flies at Webster again. Bradley out to the left. Jones and Wilson back on the field after receiving some medical attention. It's 4 wide. Third down and 10 now for the Sooners. White's under pressure, got to fire it high, incomplete as Jones broke open, but White was under enormous pressure. He had no time left. He had to release. He was being blitzed. And the Oklahoma defense has seized control here in the fourth quarter, and that allowed them to get right back in this football game. But now you are looking at 4th down and 10 for the Sooners. White checking the sideline one final time. Blitz shows, and here it comes. White steps away, slide step, deflected, incomplete. On the ground, it was close, real close. Clayton on the dive, coming from behind, but the officials were right there on top of it. Remember, the clock stops offensively on a first down in the college game. Huge time factor when you're trying to come from behind to break a tie late. Fake again by Mauk. Complete. Fumble! Incomplete. The linesman signaling incomplete. I thought for a moment he had control. It was popped out by Derek Strait. As we got it, the other punt.
Let's see if they go return this time. Last time they went block punt. This time they're going return.
Hangs it high, very high. This is a fair catch opportunity, and Perkins has it near midfield. 4th down and 10, 7-point game. We got 1:56.
They're coming.
Delayed blitz has got him at the 40-yard line. Linebacker Lionel Turner did not come on the snap. They decided to come with the delayed blitz. Jason White thought he had the comfort of a 4-man rush. He should know better. Nick Saban in a crucial situation is never going to sit on the 4. He's coming with the 5 or the 6. And here came the linebacker right up the gap, and he bore into the quarterback. The punter is on the field for LSU. Donnie Jones.
No one's back. I never like putting no one back because the punter can just pooch it over the line real quickly. He doesn't even have to think.
Hangs it. Had an opportunity for Perkins back there at about the 21-yard line. LSU wins the BCS National Championship. Nick Saban coming across the field. Shake hands with Bob Stoops. And let's check in with Jackaroo.
Well, Coach, it doesn't get any closer than this one. It was exciting, you know. We said in the end too many penalties. Penalties like that and the early tackling is what really killed us. Well, better luck next year. Hey, appreciate it. Had a hell of a game, though, and LSU did a heck of a job. Congratulations, Coach Saban. Thanks, Coach. Okay.
So Bob Stoops in Oklahoma lose to Nick Saban and LSU 21-14. And our Built Ford tough play of this football game here tonight. The delayed blitz. And coming right up, Lionel Turner from Walker, Louisiana, the junior middle linebacker, puts the cap on an outstanding defensive performance. LSU claims the title.